friends, it's Nancy, and today I am back with the accordion journal, hashtag accordion collaboration. That was Amy's collaboration along with Carol Laws, Mitzie at 307 Junk Journals, Linda at Handmade, Iowa, and me. So we are on the back side now, and I'm excited to finish this. I love how it's turning out. I love Amy's. Oh my God, and she made 2 of them. They are absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to start. This is the back here, and now we're going to start from the back to the front. So I hope you're all doing well, and let's get started. So I did have my Halloween party this past Saturday, and it was just a family party, not the big friends party and family, just family. And we had a wonderful time. We had some good food, some good laughs, and we played games, and it was fun. This here is one of the my own version of the collage strip, like we see Tim Holtz do, but I made them with some of Amy's old ads and her papers, and then a couple little pieces of Tim Holtz paper. So I made it, I don't know if I made this one with you or I made it before. I can't quite remember, but I'm going to use it here, and we're going to make it a tuck, but I'm going to make the tag to go in it. So first of all, I think I can glue this on here. So let's get that started. And I hope I'm not shaking my camera. So I'm going to try really hard not to shake it, because I always seem to do that. So anyway, yes, the weather has gotten really chilly. Now, you know, the Saturday, the weekend, you know, this weekend past, Saturday was it was warm and very humid. And gosh, we had all the windows open and the doors open, and it was really, really warm. And then the next day, Sunday, it was a bit chilly. It was rainy and windy. But this is, to me, this is what fall is, you know. But in Illinois, our weather changes overnight, like 30 degrees with no problem. It just does that. So I glued that on there. Now I'm going to just move it over, and I have some things to make a tag here. I made a little word thing. It says the hollowed spot. I want to use that. I had this other piece of the Tim Holtz tissue, and I just love this flower, and I love the gate behind it. I have a piece of old book page, a piece of manila folder, and a scrap of Amy's papers, the Alaskan wallpaper. So I want to back this here with the wallpaper, so I can do that first. And I think this should fit. I'm pretty sure it will. Yep, it will just make it. I thought it would. So let me get this on. Yeah, so we had a good time. It was fun. Oh, I bought a couple new games. I don't know if you're into games or not. My family, we like to play some games when we're together for whenever, especially in the fall, winter, around the holidays when we're together all day. We love playing bingo, of course, and we like to play King's Corner. That's a cards game. But I bought 2 games. One was called Tapple, T as in Tom, APPLE. It's like a fast word game. And then, so we played that briefly. I did buy another game, but we didn't play it yet. It was called Ransom Notes. So it's like word tiles. To me, it's almost like Scrabble, but instead of working with letter tiles, you're working with word tiles, like little magnetic words, almost like the Tim Holtz words, but they're magnetic. And then you get prompt cards. So we haven't really played that one yet, but it looks fun though. So, but that Tapple game it's like fast, you know, you're on a timer, and yeah, it's really good. So that was kind of fun to play with. The kids liked it. And we played a version of left, right, center only for candy. because usually left, right, center, everybody starts out with like 3, well, whatever, 3/4 we usually played and all that. Now, hold on, I can't get to where I wanted to go there. Okay, did I do a good job there? Probably not. I can't see here. My lighting is not perfect today. Okay, anyway, got that on there. That's the back. And now on the front here, before I put this tissue down, I thought I would glue the book page because I wanted, you can kind of see the book page behind it. I thought it would just add a little something than just putting this plain. So I'm just gonna kind of add that on there. So we played for candy, Halloween candy, and it was fast and it was fun. So everybody enjoyed that too. So yeah, it was nice. Okay, and so as soon as I get this done, I'm not sure if this will happen in 1 video or 2, but either or, we are starting Christmas, full on Christmas, no holding back now, because I want to show you, well, we're definitely going to make, hold on, I can't talk and glue, obviously. I just want to make sure it's straight. We are going to make our Christmas shops, our street of Christmas shops. So, and I want to get going on the Christmas, and plus I have a really fun journal folio. This journal folio that I have, that I'm going to show you how to make, is kind of easy. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. So if you're looking to make something for a gift for somebody, like a little, that has a little journal with it, I think this is going to be great. So, and I'll probably make it in a few different papers, just so, because I think it's fun to see how things look in different, with different like papers or digital kits or something like that. So yeah, I have, those are the two things that I definitely want to show you. Where is my, I'm going to, well, I guess I'm not going to round the corners yet. So there's that. I think, and I just wanted to glue this on here, and it just makes it, and I want that flower on there. So I guess we'll just glue that on. I'll get my glue stick, and then we'll ink the edges. And that's almost like the gate, like a gate to the conservatory. I kind of like that look. Yeah, so winding down from Halloween, believe it or not. Well, kind of. I'm just working on my October daily / Halloween, just memories of fall. I have like a book that I am making my October daily in, plus just keeping track of everything that happened with, fall and my grandkids, things like that. And I have a whole bin. I've been making these types of at least my version of October dailies, and I think I started in, I think my first one is like dated from 2016 or 17 is the first one I did. So, and they're all different. Some I made traveler notebooks, and I really love traveler notebook size. Really, really do. And yeah, we're gonna this Christmas journal is kind of on that order, but it's not like made with a book. I mean, you'll be able to make these you need a, you know, like I said, a gift or so, or just for yourself to have for Christmas. It's going to be good. I'm excited about it. All right, so now I'm going to round these corners a little. Okay. I had a little question out on my community tab about, you know, I just wanted to know out of curiosity, how many people just make journals and just like them as eye candy, just to look at them every now and then, even, you know, like for inspiration or just to enjoy them. Oh, hold on. And then, or do you make them and give them away, or do you make any for yourself? And yeah, I had a nice response. It was nice to see what other people do. Well, I think most people said they give them away as gifts, or some sell them, and a few make them for themselves. So that was nice to hear. I like to know what you all feel about things. So I like, oh, oh my gosh, I ripped it. Oh dear. Well, that's a bummer. I wonder if I could fix that. Oh, and of course it's in the middle of the flower. Oh, okay. Well, I'm looking for a pin. Oh, I shouldn't have. I should have waited and not pressed that down. I don't think I can fix that now. Well, I don't know. I think it just, I can't get that little fuzzy off. Yeah, wow. Okay, well, you know what? It is what it is, right? We'll just have to maybe put the word across it. You know, I think I might just have to do that. Yep, well, that's gonna fix it. That was an easy fix, I think, right? All right, so let me glue that on there. That's where this is going. Oh, and I ripped it here a little bit too. That one I didn't notice as much. Okay, well, don't be so rough spreading the card on the tissue, especially when it was still wet, I guess. So, but it'll be fine. It will be fine. Okay, and I don't mind putting the word here because it kind of looks good there, even though it's on the flower. I like it. Now I wanted to ink it a little bit. Okay, so I think I will use, let's just try some black on the front, because let's try it. And then maybe I'll do brown on the other side. You know, I don't work too much with this tissue, so I guess I don't realize my own strength. When okay, there we go. Okay, that looks good. I like it. I like how it turned out though. And then let me get some vintage photo here. Reaching over. And then this side here, I'll just do with the vintage photo. Okay. Yeah, I still didn't get my new ink pad yet to replace it. It's kind of shredding. That's why I haven't gotten out to get it. I like that. It looks good. All right, let's put it in the pocket. And I know my pocket's dry, so that'll go in here. It should fit fine in there. Okay, there we go. I like that. Okay, now on this page here, this is a piece of Tim Holtz paper. I like how it looks, And so I thought, oh, you know, I don't want to cover it up. What can I do? Well, I cut a bunch of butterflies that are colored in the right colors, and I thought I would put them like a specimen sheet. So let me see, how was I doing this? I know this little one I was going to put there, and I was only going to glue them down the middle and leave the wings free. I think this one I was putting here, and I love how they look. I already inked them. This one here I'm going to put here like that, and then this one I'll cut off, but that one's going to go there. So I like, and that'll just be a nice simple page, but it has some dimension on it. So let me do that. So there's that one, and I'll leave the wings. So they're just sticking up ever so slight, and I don't think they're gonna have a problem. They're not gonna get caught on anything, so I like that. Let's put that one there. Oops, like that. And I like how this one looked. Okay, let's get that one there. It almost looks like it's part of that butterfly there, doesn't it? I like how that looks. Now this one I'm going to glue, and then I'll probably cut. So let's get this one glued on. Like that. All right, I'm going to give that a minute, and I'm going to trim that one. And I like how that page looks, just like that. I think that looks really cool. Okay. All right, let me get this cut here. It's not easy being left-handed trying to cut this, although I know right-handed too might be easier, but let's see if I go this way. Hold your breath. Don't breathe. Okay, I think I did it. We'll check it out and see. Oh, crooked. Hold on. Gotta fix it. Hold on. Let me just fix this one. I should have cut it maybe first. Well, you know what? I can fix this first and then re-glue it back down. It's fine. You know, sometimes, right? Okay, now let's get it back down in there. Right there. Okay, there we go. Should have done that first. It would have been a lot easier. Okay, so there's that one. And I'm not going to move it, even though I'm playing with it yet. Okay, so there's that. And that looks good. I'm very happy with that. Okay, so this next page here. Okay, I just have to use my ghost. I have to use a ghost here. I have this urn planter, and I have some of my greenery, more this color, the dark plummy with the little green. And what I wanted to do was make the urn, well, you'll just see what I'm going to do. So I'm going to glue her down first, and I'm going to use my fabric tack. So yes, the reason things are growing, and really the things that are growing in this conservatory are not your normal, not so normal plants that are growing in here, and you'll see what I mean in a few minutes. So no wonder something is growing in here. You've got all these ghosts from the, oops, sorry, that used to live in the conservatory. The people that used to live, not live in the conservatory, but that lived in this manor, Ravenswood Manor, and the people that work there, the servants and all. But yeah, there's some creepy things growing in this conservatory. Let me just hold her down for a second. So I'm going to be using, I have a Tim Holtz sticker book here, and I'm going to be using some of those skeleton sticker heads up there, and the urn, and some of my greens here. Okay, so I'm going to put this urn here. I love that. Okay, now I want to make these vines growing up. So I'm going to start cutting some. Sorry for the noise. I don't know what my husband's doing out there. I hear things banging around. But he knows I was making a video, but sometimes, right? So let me get some of this going. Let's see. I think I want to do this green one here and then kind of add a few purples. So I'm going to put the green one. Well, maybe I'll do the purple one first. And then, let's see here. Let's do that. See how this one looks. And I don't mind it growing past the urn either. So let's get that on there. Okay, this is going to take a minute to get this on. So let me work on this here. But I can understand why nobody wants to go to this, check out this conservatory. This haunted conservatory. There's a lot of strange things happening here. And eerie lights at night, and oh my gosh. And it's usually when there's a full moon, right, that things start happening. Okay, so there we go. Let me get my tweezers. This paper is not my normal cardstock, so I'm gonna just, but I love the color of it. So I'm going to kind of place it like that. There we go. Exactly where I wanted it. So she's kind of, okay, and that'll stick there. And now I might want to do a green just to go with that green up. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Let me get that on there. And then we'll add a little bit more of the plum vine. And then, you know what made me think of this too is Venus flytraps. But my version is just maybe a little creepier. I was trying to think of something creepy that would be growing that you would not normally see in a conservatory. So that's kind of where my mind was going with this. Okay. All right, so this one I'm going to put here, right there. Okay. All right, and then let's see what else we can do. I want to put a little more. Let me cut this down here a smidge. Okay. Let's see where I can put this one here like that. Okay. I got to build up this vine here because okay. All right, this one, I think I'm going to throw it this way, this one here. Let's get it this way. Okay, And maybe that's good. I think that's good. All right, so I don't think we need any more. You kind of just know when you're done, right? Adding. All right, so now we've got a nice vine growing, but we need the buds or things growing on the vine. That's where the skeleton heads come in. It's going to be a vine of skellies. I don't think the big ones are going to work, but there's 3 of these smaller versions. I wonder, I forgot to look if my other books, I have a couple other books. Let me see. Let me get this one. These are like half skellies, but that would work too. So I thought, oh my gosh, these could be growing. I'm not going to stick it down yet. I'm going to reach behind me and get my other books here and see if I have any skeleton heads in the others, which, oh yeah, I do. Okay, I have another book. Here we go. So we're going to use these skelly heads. Yes. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm going to put 3 and use 3 of them. So I thought, oh, that's what's growing on this plant. And she is tending to it. I'm going to put these on with glue. I love that. Yeah, sometimes, you know, sometimes it just works, right? I'm going to glue that one there. I like it. Let's glue that one there. I'm adding extra glue because they're on the vine. Wow. Kind of like it. Yep. Okay. Everything's sticking good. Okay. And then this one will be down here like. She's on there good. Everything is stuck on there good. Oh, I like it. Isn't that good? You know what I didn't see? If there was a word. If there was a word to use from that. But let's see. Maybe there's something in the sticker book we could use. But I really didn't look for that. I'll just take a quick gander here. But I don't know. I would just like something small. Strange aversions. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That'll work. Let's use that. I'll just get it a little ink here on the edges. I like it. Definitely strange aversions. This here. And let's get some glue on here. Perfect. I love how it turned out. Just like what I thought. Oh, it fits perfect too. Okay. Perfect. Did I put it on straight? Oh. There we go. Let's see. I'm sticking my head in here probably, but I love how that looks with the ghost standing there. The vines of skeleton heads. Oh, creepy. On this page here, it was like super simple, so I just thought I'd show you. I took one of the Tim Holtz florals. I just love this Alaska paper, wallpaper from Amy's. I don't want to cover it up too much, you know. So these Tim Holtz flowers, the colors are just muted perfectly. And this is just a Tim Holtz piece with the spider and the web, and I backed it for some writing space, and I glued the rose on there, so this would just tuck right down in there like that, and I think it looks really good. So that was pretty easy to do, that one. Okay, now look how lovely this looks. I love that too. So I have pieces here. I had another different frame here from Tim Holtz. And it's like, I hate to cover these up, you know, but I thought that looked really good there. And this is a Tim Holtz piece now. She almost looks like a ghost of a woman to me. So I thought, well, that could go in there. And then I I did stamp, she was spellbound. And I think that's going to go somewhere in there. And then I have another rose. Now this one has a little bit more color in here, a little more pinky orange. And I think it kind of goes well. I picked it so it would go well with this side of the paper that has more of a color in it. And so what I was thinking of doing is, oh, and I'm going to use some of Tim Holtz fabric tape here to make a pull tab on this. So my goal was to put this frame on here. I wanted to glue this rose spray here, and I want to be able to take this in and out. So I want to put a, let's get a little tab pull on here. Oh, look at that. It's just like fraying on the side here. Okay, so, and it's sticking to my hands. Hold on. Trying to get it off my hand here. Oh my, okay. All right, so this one's cool. I don't know what it's called, but it's got different, you know, different types of stuff on it. So I like this piece here. I think this might be too big because I want to fold it. Yeah, actually this will work. I'm going to do this. Cut that piece off. I'll move this out of the way for now. So let me cut it even here. Okay, there we go. All right, so I think, did I ink this yet? Oh yeah, I inked it and I backed it for journaling. Okay, that's good. Did that already. I'm going to, not that it matters, but I'm going to put it here and fold it over on itself. Let me get that here so I can see what I'm doing. I want to put it here, like so. That's another thing I have that I haven't used too much of is this fabric tape. It's really super sticky, so I don't worry about it. So that's going to go in there. And then I'm going to put spellbound. So let me see. First I want to glue this to the frame. So I'm just going to, first I'm going to lay the frame where I want it. That's going to go in here. And I want that tab to stick up. Now you see the card is shorter, but that's remedied by putting my spray of roses here along the bottom, and that will work, see? So when she goes in there, it'll look like a tall piece, but it doesn't have to be. So let's see. Let's kind of get this glued on. And I'm just gluing it to the frame where I need it. And I moved it. Let's put that down there again because I know it's wrong. There we go, right about there. Sorry if I'm off camera here. Trying to glue it only where it needs to be glued, not over. Okay, let's try that. Okay, that looks fine. So that's going to go like here, right about there. Okay, hold that down. Anybody listening to Christmas music yet? Anybody? My one daughter is with my granddaughters. They are already listening and they love it, and I think it's great. I mean, I'm ready myself actually, but I have to just let Halloween run first, okay? Like November 1st, I will be taking down my decor and I will be listening to Christmas music because it makes me so happy and it really gets you in the mood, right? So, okay, so that looks good there. So now I can glue the frame down 3 sides. So that's what I'm going to do. If my glue cooperates. Okay. I'm so excited to start Christmas crafting. I think because I've been doing Halloween crafting for so long now that I'm ready to, you know, I mean, I'll do a little bit behind the scenes for myself, like I said, but we need to get going, right? There is no time to waste right now. Okay, I want it right there. So I have to be patient and let it stay there. Hold it down for a second. And then I've got to figure out where was I going to put She Was Spellbound. I didn't know if I was putting it on. I think I was putting it on the tag itself. At least I think that's what I was doing. But we'll wait one second. We might even finish this today. I was thinking two videos, but I don't know. We'll see. I guess we'll see. Right? Okay. So now, let's see. I shouldn't push that in there yet, but there. I want it to make sure she goes in there. So she goes in right there. Love it. Isn't it pretty? That looks so nice. I think what I was going to do, I think I was putting it down here, actually. And then you pull her out for writing. I was going to put it right here. Yep, that's what I was going to do. So let me get that on. I think she was the mistress of the house. That's what I'm thinking. There we go, like that. That's cool. I like how that looks. I love it. Now here on this side, let me get my, I'm going to make a little quote story here with some Tim Holtz words that I pulled out, and I stuck them here so I wouldn't lose them on the back of my watercolor or my sprayed leaves. So I have 2 of my leaves that I was kind of thinking of doing that. Let me get a sip of water. Very dry. And I picked some words here. I didn't ink them yet, so I was going to say, over the distant cluster of oaks, the deep silence, a spine-tingling tale. How's that? That's what I was thinking of doing there. I like it. I think it works. So I'm going to start working on that. Let's get that inked up. I just wanted to use more of my sprayed leaves in this journal. I think they look really pretty in here. They have a little shimmer to them. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but they shimmer. So let's get that here. Over the distant clusters of oaks. Okay. The deep silence. Okay. The deep silence. I love, I've done this before where I just use these Tim Holtz words. I think I did it for Christmas last year on a project where I just kind of use them and make up a story. It can be done. I've done it, so you can do it. A spine-tingling tale. And then let's get my leaves glued down. I think I used almost every leaf I've made in these past projects that I've been working on. So it'll be time for next year when I need to make more of them. Okay, so that one's going here, right there. Okay, let me hold that one down, and then we'll glue the other one. There we go, and let's get this one down. Okay, let's get this one down. That one, oh wait, that one goes this way. Like it's falling down, right? Yeah. Right there. Right there. I like it. Okay. All right, so over the distant cluster of oaks, the deep silence, a spine-tingling tale. That looks good. I like that. Simple, but really, I love how that looks and how it sounds too. So just pressing those leaves on there. Yep. They're on there good. Okay, well, we're going to see if we can do this. All right, so this is for the last page. Where is my, okay, here is my deal for this page here. This page here, once again, I love how that looks. So I took one of the Tim Holtz butterflies. I inked around it. I was going to use it as a belly band. I have a piece of the other piece of the Tim Holtz. I measured it to go in there. I have a scrap of my sprayed book page that goes really well on here. I have Her Immortal Beauty, and then I have one of, these are one of the images in Amy's Spooky Past kit. It was on a tag, and I just cut her out of the tag, and I inked around her. And so what I was going to do is kind of put her on here like so, and then I was going to put this down here, and then she's going to be in there tucked in. So that's what I want to do. So she's another journaling card. Okay, let's do it. So I want to get this paper on there. I think I'm going to use my glue stick for that. On, make sure I get all the ends. Okay, and that's gonna go on like this, right about there, kind of in the middle, like that. It kind of goes really well with it, and it has that shimmer. I love the shimmer in there. Now she's gonna go, that'll kind of break up the background and put her there, like in a greenish halo of light. And I just want to make sure that when I put her in here, like so, I want to make sure that this is going to be right here, which will look good, like that. And then, and I want the butterfly like that, so it's kind of like hugging her neck, and it looks kind of cute. Well, eerie cute. You know what I'm saying, right? Like an eerie cuteness. So let's get that going. Okay. So I'm going to put her on here, just like that. I like it. She looks good on there. And then the word, Her Immortal Beauty. And that's going to go here, kind of to cover up that bottom. That's because she wasn't a full figure on the tag. So I'm like, no, this will work. Okay. The only thing is I didn't back this yet, but I can back that with some more of the Alaska wallpaper for sure. All right, so I want to position this card, and I'm going to put glue on the tips of each wing here, like so. Then I want to position this so I know where it's going to sit, like there. Let's move her over a smidge. And that's going to go right here, like that. I'm going to leave the card in there. I'm going to be very patient. That's not one of my virtues. I'll admit it. I'll admit. Moved it. Okay. Let me just straighten her out. I'm trying to grab her and keep her straight and then put the butterfly right where I wanted it. There we go. All right, I'm going to hold that down for a second here. So it takes, and I love how that looks. So this is the last page on this side. So I have some vine. I cut out a slide from a Tim Holtz die, which I didn't ink yet. This is another image from Amy's Spooky Past, one of the tags. I cut that out to go in there. I still have a piece of this hand-dyed gauze from Jacqueline's shop, a little piece, and I thought, well, that's going to go with the green. And then I have 2 pieces of Tim Holtz ephemera, so we're going to make a little tuck spot and journaling card there too as well. Okay, so there's that. Now, there she goes. Perfect. I love it. That looks good. All right, so let me close this up here. And my glue stick. All right, and then I will get some vintage. Should I use vintage? No, I guess I should use black, maybe. My black soot for that. Okay, so I didn't get a chance to ink this up yet. So we'll get that inked up, and I'll do the inside the best I can. Like that. Okay, I think that's good. And we're going to glue it down. It's going to be like a tuck, but we've got to get this picture in here. And I think I cut it enough where it's just going to fit. Let me just make sure. Yep, like that. Okay, so I'm going to glue him in there. So do you have any Christmas kits picked out that you want to start working with? Amy's got some beauties. As always, she always does. I'm excited to work with her kits. And I've got to look too. I haven't decided paper-wise. Like I said, I was slowly bringing up my papers, my bins of Christmas crafting from the basement. So I have to kind of go through and see, and then kind of refresh my memory of digital kits I have. Because, you know, do you buy them and then you kind of ran out of time to work with them? I do that all the time. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to glue this shut. Like that. Okay, that looks good. I like it. All right, and then I was going to see, I didn't have any blackbacks that I wanted to put on here. I don't think I do. I have some black ones, but they're very dimensional. But I do have these blackbacks here. Maybe the green ones will look good on there. I want to put them, you know, on here. Oh, okay. First I want to glue. This is just a small piece, but I love it. It's like folded, naturally folded, and I thought, oh, that's going to go perfect along the bottom for some texture. So I'm just going to kind of open this, and I'm going to put glue across the bottom here. So I don't know if I need to put any gems on the bottom. We'll see how it's going to look. So let me get this in here, kind of tuck that in like that. I could. This is just going to give it some dimension, and I had that piece laying there. And then I'll glue this down. Just to tack it on there. Okay. All right, so there's that. Now let's just see. Oh, I want to glue my little bit of green on here too. Let me just get that. I thought it needed a little bit of green here. So I might not use any gems. I wanted to add this here, across here, like that. Okay. That looks fine, like that. Now, if I were, let's see if we can fool around and see if any of this would work. I could. I think I could do 3 of them, actually. Definitely one there. And then we can do them on the bottom here, too. Oh, yeah. And then one more here on this side, right? Yeah, I like it. It gives just the right amount of dimension. So I'm going to work on that. Let's get some glue under here. Okay. I have to get my other little tool out here. My hands are getting sticky. This is my little grabber tool here. Let me get this on. Oh, get that. See if I can pick it up. There we go. Okay, so that one goes there. Come on, stick there. Okay, there's that one. Then this one here. Put a little glue here. Okay. You know, you need to work with me here. There's one there, and then one more. Perfect. Right there. No. Right there. Now stay there. There we go. That'll take a smidge to dry. But I wanted to, like, even though there's some writing on the back here, I wanted to glue that, and I wanted to rough up the edge. If I could remember, you know what? Remember my little clover edge rougher edge thing? I don't know where it went to. I'm looking over here. It might have fallen in my bucket, but I don't see it. Oh dear. Where is it? That's what I meant to get out, but I don't see it. Don't you hate when that happens? I don't see where it went. I'm looking for it. had it hanging here, but no. Okay, fine, whatever. We'll just use trusty old scissors to do it. I will have to look for it after. But I just kind of wanted to rough up these edges here before I inked it, like that. Because I don't want it to all look so, ooh, I like that tear. That's a good one. We'll get that. So, actually, that might even be covered up anyway, so maybe it won't be so good. Okay. Wear that corner down there. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's get some ink on it. I like that rip. Okay, I think that looks good. So what I want to do is glue this. So, okay, I want to glue that on there. All my leaves are sticking to my sweatshirt here. I'm going to put this on with, because it is a little shiny on here, so I'm going to put this on with my fabric tack. Okay. That's going to go on here like that, just for some more interest in the background here. And then what I wanted to do was glue him here. Oh, see that little cute little rip there is going to be covered up, but I want to glue him here without messing up my little glue. See, I have to be careful. They're not dry yet. But I love how that looks. And then I have another piece of ephemera here that I need to ink. And I thought this would be a good, another urn with these flowers in. I thought this will make a really good journaling card to get tucked back here. But I wanted to put a little piece of that fabric tape on there, just for more interest and texture. Let's see, we have, any of this will work. Let's see, I'm going to cut this part off, and I'm going to use this here. Okay. And I was just going to kind of add this to this right here. I was going to just kind of rough it up a little if I can. Oh yeah, see, you can fray this. I love it. You can fray this tape even. I didn't want it to look like I just cut it off. Yep. Okay, I like that. Like that. Just to give it something. Okay. All right, so now let's make sure this is on. Yeah, it's been an hour, but I think we're done. So if you want to hang with me for a minute, we're going to do this. We're going to do a flip through. I just didn't think I was going to get it done, but we are. So we might as well do a flip through of it. I just have to reach, I think, behind me and get the folder. If I know where it is. I wasn't thinking I was going to finish this in this video, but I think we can do that. Let me get some clamps here to hold this on so it dries, because it needs to dry. And then if you don't mind a few more minutes, we can be done. Okay, let me just get that on there too. And I'll do one more like that. Okay. All right. And then, like I said, this will be a tuck here like that. Okay, now let me see. Let me reach behind me and see if I have the envelope ready. If I know where I put it. Let me check here. Where did I put it? Okay, here it is. I found it. So here is the envelope that I decorated for the Ravenswood Haunted Conservatory. I love the ghost in the window with the mica, the broken window. This is the grit paste. It actually, I don't know if you can tell, but it actually looks like moss growing. It's got that fuzzy texture look. And then here's an urn here. So that's the envelope. And let's just see. I know that has to dry, but I'll take it off for now. Well, let's just look from the beginning, right? So here's the beginning. And we have this crow with a red eye on here. And we have a strange story. And we have a ghost. And then this tag comes out. So there are some journaling tags. I think it would be fun to write something in these, on these tags. So there's that. And then we flip it open. Here's the front. So then we can flip it open. And I have this little Tim Holtz paper clip holding that file. And then you have a writing space in here. I'll fold that over so it doesn't get too, and then we have a journaling card here. It's amazing when you make something so small that you can really fit enough journaling space in there. Here's one of the collage strips made with Amy's old advertisements and paper. And then this is one of her tags. Her eyes were dark. So here's one of the tags that go in there, and I just put that little sticker there. I love how that looks. And that, I love how she sticks out and it says her eyes, and you look at her eyes, and I love that. So there. And then this side here, we have journaling space here in the middle of the night. Another urn with this beautiful background and flower. And then we have our ghost here, heard a strange noise with the moon and the bats. And she's standing among the fog and the vines. I love that page too. And then we have this gentleman. He was probably the master of Ravenswood, and used one of those I love the background, and I put a piece of the book page behind there, and it says, "To die with you I cannot live in this world. Justine," his wife must have been Justine. And I just kind of put that back there to kind of go with the leaf. And then I used this Tim Holtz piece that can be journaled on, and he's glued to the frame, so he's going to stay in there. And then this just tucks right in there for him. And I love how that looks for a background too. So that's kind of in there, like that. And then this page here is just a different urn, but it's got the florals and the vines coming out with a pretty background. I like that. And then we're at the back, and that's a piece of Tim Holtz paper. I wanted to just leave the back pretty but plain. And then we're now on the other side, which is where we started today. We have another homemade collage strip. We have our the hollowed spot with a pretty flower and the gate. And that journal card gets tucked in here. And then on this side here, now I can play with the wings. We have the wings, the specimens, the wings of the butterflies that are hanging inside the conservatory. And I love how that looks. That looks good. Very nice. And then, oh, this has to be one of my faves too. Another ghost with the urns and the vines, and look what's growing. Not flowers, but skulls. And then another cool piece of ephemera. Beautiful background with a journaling card. I love that. Okay, and that fits really good in there. Like that. I love just how it all goes together. And then here she was spellbound. Another frame. And then we have her, and I just love how you can still see the beautiful paper. Another journal card there. And she just goes in there tightly, but I'll loosen it up a little bit. She's good. She should be good in there. Oh, let's get that back in there real good. Okay, there we go. And then a little story over the distant clusters of oak, the deep silence, a spine-tingling tale. And then here, her immortal beauty. We have that there. I love how that looks. And it's a belly band. Gotta just be careful with the little antenna there. But it fits very nicely in there. And I love it. I wanted to place it right like that. So it'd kind of be by her neck. And then our last piece here is a slide with one of Amy's images in there, a journal card. And that just fits right there like that. I will probably take this and let it dry. I'll clamp it one more time, but this is it. This is my journal. Now, here is the envelope, and this, I know I made my envelope first, but I was confident, and I am confident, that it still fits, and it does. So it still fits in there, and I'm very happy about that. I love it. I think I made my envelope slightly thicker, wider in the first place, so I'm just so happy it still fits in there. So it does, and I love how this looks. It's very 3D dimensional. Love this. So, you know, this is available for purchase if anybody's interested. I have an Etsy shop. It's always listed below. I'm going to try to get it listed, but I don't have the time right now. But if you are interested in this, purchasing my accordion album here with the envelope, just message me through my Etsy shop, and I'll be happy to give you the info on there if I don't get it in the shop in the next couple days, okay? All right, friends, thanks so much for hanging with me. I really appreciate it. This has been a great time doing this, Amy, and with Linda and Mitzie and Carol. Thanks so much, girls. Talk to you soon. Bye.